Welcome back, welcome back.
Just want to get some thoughts off my mind. One, I was thinking about the prophecy of they shall be out on the corners like wild bulls. Again, what about majority of the children? It's always been the spot, the corner store, the corner bar, fucking the corner. You know? That's like the smaller level. Then the curse matches to the Lord's gonna send you to the four corners of the earth. And it's just like all these things. And corners are fours, four sides. Been going over and seeing things and sound horns. I don't know if they're true, but it kind of fits the narrative I've been talking about how the Father's been proving himself true, and nobody really knows what exact time we're in with prophecy and all of these things. The Lord said he gave signs and, certain events. He said certain things would happen, so we would know what time it was. Sound the horns. And, I think it was Mount Hermon, or, no, not Mount Hermon, that's where I'm going, but I think that's where it said. But the Euphrates, the drying of the Euphrates is a sign. And, the way people act and things people do, all these little things. And this eclipse fucking thing was like a big thing. And I don't know what exactly happened during that, because I didn't really partake. Oh boy. So that was a little baffling. I'm starting to see different little videos on that. Which go into the some video I seen where this guy was talking about something in the Bible about 200 angels are supposed to descend from a mountain. I think it's Hermon or one of them shits. And supposedly some lady showed some smoke or whatever, and I was like, it's a little, suspect. But that got me thinking, because I seen videos before that, like during the eclipse, not during the eclipse, but around those times, and for the last couple of, years, they're showing these lights in the sky. And, nobody knows what it is. My father said what it was. And, a lot of weirdo shit's starting to happen. I'm starting to notice. Just, I don't know. Certain things, when they say, this is this, this is bad. And then I just actually turn my child brain on, you know? Sometimes you gotta think like a kid. That's why I like kids. Because they're simple, they stick to what they know, and if it doesn't make sense to what they know, you have to explain it because they're in a simple, you know? So you should be able to, you're so smart, you should be able to make a fucking child understand it. Now, when I see these different lights in the sky, they're saying they like UFOs and shit, but they look like fireballs. Like they look like comets and shit, breaking apart and then phasing out or whatever, you know? Like maybe losing the gas or I don't know. Usually comets, you know, doesn't go back up. But with all that being said, that got me thinking like, man, that's not good. See, with the engines. Because if running that time, like, I've been running around saying for a while, like, that prophecy has to do with the demons that are, you know, spawned to the fallen and all this other shit. And it's not supposed to be fun because they're supposed to take hold of men. And then I seen this other thing where I guess in New York there was like a mass a guy went crazy with a knife or something. And then somewhere in Jersey somebody else went nuts and did something else, and I was like, yo bro, this is why, you know. So I tell people what I tell people, because I don't want the Bible to be true. I don't want none of these things to be true. But unfortunately, we're living in a world where, you know, they're saying certain things can be true. And, you know, I don't know how much anyone can protect you from these things. I don't even know myself, because the more and more the shit comes out, it's starting to look like we're out of the Matrix finally. You know what I mean? Well, not really. Everybody's still cybernetic and all of that, but everybody pretty much is getting the gist of it. But they don't realize they do everything like backwards. See, I learned that like from Star Wars. Star Wars is one of the greatest franchises because not only the story, but it's the way he did it. No one knew what was gonna go the fuck on next because they thought they was watching the story forward. They didn't realize he planned it all of the shit out. And he just laid it out. And I guess, you know, once they got to the maximum 3, they started making shit up and making it all fit and all that, because I know he didn't think about all of those fucking like 100 movies they made. Anyway, I don't know. That's a very it's a very deep thing to be thinking about, that you know, people are losing their minds on the next level. And you know, it makes my reality of learning to stay in my vibration, learn to stay in the house, learn to actually start examining people, not just because of words, because, you know, they're great liars out here and all these different things that just, well, thank God the Lord said he's only going to allow that shit to be for so many months. Now that could be a lot of months though, which adds up to years. So, my father likes to play games like that and say months, but it's fucking 200 months. You know what I mean? fucking. But, I don't know. I suggest people just protect yourself, be safe, and life is the same as it always been. See, as the more as they let this shit out and all this different stuff, I always keep in my mind that they're not saying it's here or new, or they're saying it's always been here. Things have always been this way, you know. So I'm glad I like the weirdo shit, the Star Wars and the fucking doobity doobity doos, Twilights and the fucking all of that stuff. Cause if I actually get to meet something that's not an actual person, I won't maybe freak out and want to hurt it. Cause a lot of people. The one thing I've learned from watching movies is, and they're always showing the you know the revealing of other things, and people always panic and act fucking crazy. Now, I understand because in this reality and not the movies, we're gonna think that it's bad, like falling and all the things, which it could be, but you know, I don't really know how to handle things. All I do know is father said certain things have their time, and there's nothing you can do about it, and that's why I'm always on the go your own way thing, you know, like when if, because this is all alleged, if we have to share space with beings that you know don't look exactly like us. We've already had that problem where we can't even fucking get along with each other because of a nose, skin color. So I don't think they want to reveal themselves. They've kind of watched us act like idiots for a long time. Now, that leads me to after the boogity got to go home, and maybe we start having to live in they live, where we can see now. That movie bugged me out. I'm glad I seen that in the 80s. I'm glad I grew up in that time, because you know they showed a lot of shit. they show even more now, but I don't know. It's the way they did things. Just, I don't know. Their programming back then was, I don't know. Anyway, that was a very shocking movie to me because of not only the religious content and the now, how people live now. Like now I'm older and I remember being young. I'm like, nah, niggas ain't gonna be living like that. No way. Um, People waking up to their partners and them being these things. That was the most mind-blowing fact of the movie that stuck out to me the most. Like that always, I remember the scene always, even to this day. I have a little, flashback of that. Like, yo, imagine you wake up to a fucking, you know. And that's where the truth thing comes out, cause it's like waking up next to a liar. Men don't like that. Men have problems with waking up next to women and their makeup is off and their wig is, So imagine waking up to I don't know what. And that's why, I just where this goes, this life is getting very interesting, and I realize there is like no movies really. There's really only, well, there is movies, and you know what I mean, but this is the movie. Like I've always known it and always said it. There's no better movie than real life. Because I've always heard something that in real life that'll top a movie. We just don't get to see the action-packed shit because we're lucky and privileged enough to be regular people, live in society. Everybody want to talk about being real heroes and all this other. There's people out there that saved literally your life, and you'll never know their name. Do you understand that? There are people doing things every day that you'll never know who they are. That's just the way it goes. Uh, that's why I'm thankful for the things I've learned about the world. Learned about society and just certain things that people have to do. And, like army guys and government, like, not all of them are bad and not everybody knows what the fuck they're doing. They're told what to do and they do it. It's the greatest thing that makes a soldier a soldier. You say do this and they go, okay. You know? So, I don't always blame everybody for everything. Like, I learned that from Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson taught me that one. Of all people, right? He said in a quote one day, I don't know where he got it from, but I'm sure he did. Got it from somebody. He said, everyone you fight is not your enemy. And everyone that helps you is not your friend. And that shit took me a long time to understand that, because I was like, how the fuck does that make sense? If you're fighting me, you must be my enemy. And if you're helping me, you gotta be my friend. And then I learned his story. You know how Don King pretended to be his friend and got him what he wanted. He wanted the championship lights and all of that. And the thing was, Mike didn't understand contracts and how to read and shit. So he got raped for millions of dollars by mad different people just taking advantage of it. And then he realized, I'm in the ring beating people up, getting convinced of all these different things. I'm arguing with my friends and family, people that actually care. And then these motherfuckers that claim that wanted to help me, all these people that was around him, they wanted to help. And when he fell, none of them were there. You get it? Some of the people he fought against were there, though. To help. They respected him as a warrior. And some men can see that you got a battery in your back, and they're like, oh man, when he wakes up, when they take that battery out of his back, and they leave him in shambles, like they did the other fucking 30,000 motherfuckers, it's ridiculous. It's just the name of the game. At least now. Or maybe it's always been this way. That's why I never signed or tried to, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm super good at rap or what. That's why I never really tried to do no major shit like that, because I've seen too many older people, too many people that were really talented. They'd be like, just give up on a dream or get pushed out of it or whatever the fuck. And I say, yo, this is impossible. Like, you're not going up there without, having a compromise. And if you don't, once you reach your pinnacle, you gotta bow out the game. And that's it. You gotta call it quits, go do something else or something, That's what a lot of certain people did. Like, I don't know, they always say, nah, they got down, but some people, they may have took certain deals or whatever, but they obviously didn't get completely down because they just faded completely away. Never to be heard of again. Now, I ain't talking about everybody, but I've watched a lot of people come and go. I've watched people that were on the path of, they had the easy road. They did the right things, and then just boom, they're gone. They're done with all that shit. And then they bring my father up. and say there was something weird and I don't care, I don't want to talk about it. I just know that it wasn't for me. I lived life long enough. I made my money. After a couple million, what else do you really need? I had my house. I could fucking retire. Like, I forgot what Cap Samuels said how much, but I think it was like 1.5 million or 1 point some shit like that for the average Joe to retire and be good. Nice cool meal, whatever, something like that. And I said, damn, that's smart as a person to realize, like, I don't need all this money, all this prestige, and all this, you know, if you're doing all those movies, you don't have time to live. You don't have time to be with your family. You don't have time to actually spend your money and enjoy this shit. The fuck is the point of making $1 trillion and you worked majority of the time getting it, and you actually didn't do anything else? Like, that's not living. Some people understand that, or at least it's not living for them. Because some people, they're businessmen. They're I don't think the Lord designed everybody to live the family life. That's what's wrong with the smaller groups of people that don't band together to do things. Is everybody wants to be one, not realizing if you want the family life and all this other stuff, then you don't want to be the one, because the one usually, gotta put in all that work. And then, that's the dude that usually has marriage problems and kid problems because he's working, he's busy. Get it? Everybody want to be the one until you start losing shit. Everybody want to be the one until you got to put that work in and you see how hard it is, and your body start giving out, your mentality start giving out, your love for people start going away because they just keep, doing the shits. So, I hope y'all learned something from this. I know I'm learning to take life one day at a time and appreciate what I got. Thank you, Power Ranger, Red Ranger. Your little book bag trick taught me that. I mean, I've always known it. We always know these things, but that's why I love my father. He will make something happen to motherfucking reinforce it. You're going to get the message or you're not. I got the message. I said, bro, you did what you needed. And the hate and all that, like, man, gotta let them do what they do, Let them descend into chaos as you rise into your maturity. I ain't come here to fucking play games. I ain't come here to stay the same way. All love, all praise to the Most High. Hope my wolves learn something. Things are changing. Should come change with it. It's not a bad thing. Is it?